This time of year, traffic's getting more hectic. As it gets colder, winter weather's coming, it's gonna get worse. Drivers are gonna get more crazy. You gotta ask yourself the question, who's the worst threat? The younger drivers or the elderly drivers? Decide for yourself. All dressed up. No place to go. Who do you think poses a bigger threat in the community? You travel on your way to work a lot, and you travel as a musician on the road. Who do you see as the bigger threat on the road, the elderly or the youth? Okay.
Definitely the youth. They don't know what they're doing, they just get their license. Now the elderly, yes, they pose a problem also, but there's less of them. They can't see.
They can't see.
Really can't see.
Well, very good. Any particular instances, maybe an accident or something that just stands out to you?
I do remember one time in grade school or high school, these kids were like swerving. They swerved in each other's lane for fun, and they hit each other.
Really?
And there was an accident. Not fatal, but there was an ambulance involved.
Do you drive?
Yeah.
Do you? How long have you been driving?
2 years.
Who do you think poses the worst threat on the road to you? Young drivers or elderly drivers?
Usually people over 70.
You think so? Why?
Usually because they can't see. My experience with older people with driving is not good.
Right.
So.
What do you do, man?
Just go to college at Eastern right now.
Would you rather be behind the wheel of like a 15 or 16-year-old or behind the wheel of, say, 70, 80-year-old?
I'd say 15 or 16.
For sure you'd be way more comfortable? Yeah. Right on. As a commercial driver, school bus driver, correct?
Yes.
You probably see a lot of kids and older people on the road. Who do you see as posing the worst threat on the road, the young or the elderly?
Probably the younger kids, just because of their lack of experience. Well, sometimes elderly can be bad too. They do a lot of pulling out in front of you, and you know, they're not real good at judging their distance and that kind of thing.
As a soldier for the National Guard, what would you think would be worse to drive, say, a tank or something? Would you rather have a 16-year-old kid driving that tank or, say, a 90-year-old man?
I'd go with a 16-year-old kid because they'd be more apt to be paying attention to what's going on. Every day you see, the 30 people driving down the road at 30 miles an hour.
You'd say you see more of that than the teenager cutting you off or pulling in front of you. So you'd say you definitely go with the elderly being the...
Definitely.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you guys drive?
I do.
How old are you?
16.
You get a little crazy behind the wheel sometimes?
Sometimes.
Yeah? You ever do anything just to mess with other people on purpose? Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Just have fun with it?
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, well thanks guys, I appreciate it. How long you been driving?
3 years.
4 years.
Do you see a lot of accidents around here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got rear-ended here.
I totaled my car.
Who rear-ended you?
She did a hit
I mean,
and
like
run.
age-wise, was it a younger person or an older
Yeah,
person?
she was about 19, 20.
Who do you think poses the worst threat, young drivers or like people
Young
70
drivers.
plus?
Young
70
drivers.
plus
70 plus.
and young drivers.
Yeah.
Both. I'd say both age
Which
groups.
one do you think would be worse?
70 plus.
70 plus.
Why?
I don't know,
They
people
always
young
think they're
drivers
right.
like text and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think the 70-year-olds, because they think that, like,
They think they can still drive, but
because they're old, that they could just go and it wouldn't be their fault.
Right.
That's true.
Say you guys were going in a bus on a road trip or something. Would you rather be behind the wheel of a, say, 16-year-old driver or 80-year-old driver?
Probably an
How
80-year-old.
about a 40-year-old?
Yeah, probably 40. Let's go with a nice medium.
So you,
Like,
young or old?
Older.
Older.
Really?
just more experience.
Okay, well thanks, that's all I needed. Hello. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
Cool, thank you. You probably see your fair share of traffic and stuff at this intersection. Do you see many accidents here? Or a lot of people getting pulled over? I mean, with this being EIU campus and everything, it's pretty busy traffic all the time,
Right.
I assume.
Right.
Who do you think poses as the worst driver out here? The college kids, the younger kids, or...
The old people. Old people are slow, moving around. Usually causes the accidents.
So just straight up the old people, elderly people. Hey, can I ask you a question real quick? Who do you think poses as the worst drivers on the road? The younger people or elderly people?
The younger people.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Why would you say that?
Because I don't think anything's going to happen to them, and they can just take the chances and think they can go fast and run a red light and
They
get by with
just act crazy and
Yes.
no limits?
No limits.
So you think definitely the younger people?
Yes.
Okay, well thank you very much. I appreciate
Sure.
that. Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Who do you think poses the worst threat on the road, the younger people or elderly people?
It's probably 50-50. I mean,
Pretty
it's
even
hard to-
toss-up?
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Yeah, hard to say.
Yeah. Let's say you were in a tank. Would you rather be with somebody that was 17 or 18-year-old, or 70 or
Ex-military,
80?
so I worked with a lot of armor officers, and most of the people that we had inside of M1 Abrams were very young.
It's like some people think that the older people are the worst drivers, and some people think it's the younger drivers. Some people think it's 50-50 and nobody can drive. I don't know. What do you think? Thanks again for watching.